Aglanite, Hoha. Hi, I'm Chief Kelsey Jocko from Thuy Chuktwit, Cold Lake First Nations. I want to acknowledge that what we call Alberta is the traditional and ancestral territory of many people, presently subjects to Treaty 6, 7, and 8, namely the Cold Lake First Nations, Dene, Blackfoot Confederacy, Kainai, Piikani, and Siksika, the Cree, Saulteaux, Nakota Sioux, Stoney Nakoda, and the Tsuut'ina Nation, and the Métis people of Alberta. This includes the Métis settlements in the 6 regions of the Métis Nation of Alberta within the historic Northwest Métis homelands. We acknowledge the many nations, Métis and Inuit, who have lived in and cared for these lands for generations. We are grateful for those traditional knowledge keepers and elders who are still with us today, and those who have gone before us. We make this acknowledgement as an act of reconciliation and gratitude to those whose the territory we reside on or are visiting.
And it's the first semifinal game between the Trails West Wolves and the Vulcan Hawks. Bronwyn Trigger, up on the left, shoots it down into the Hawk zone for an early icing. Vulcan went 3-0 in pool play over the weekend. Trails West went 2-1 with a 1-0 loss to Confederation late last night. Norton down to the left side, picked up there by Trois. Lindstedt tries to jam it by. Trois keeps it in. Nolan now down to the corner, pressured by Trigger. Behind the net, McCullough gets it back over. That's intercepted by Humphreys. Trois now. Humphreys tries to chip it out the boards, kept in by Spencer Wyatt. Trigger back behind the net. To center for Trois. Trois gets it to Humphreys. Humphreys in on Lindstedt. Turns. Center pass, that's picked off by Lindstedt. Lindstedt out to center. Puts the puck over to the boards. Nichols tries to chip it back. Lindstedt centers for Norton. Good stick by Trois. Norton tries a shot on net. That's kicked away by Townsend. King up for Trois. Trois tries the long shot. That goes wide of the net. And that is sent down the ice by the Hawks. No icing on the play. Nichols up for Townsend. Chips it to the corner. Baron Meserly gets it out to center. And Mendoza will put it into the corner. Noah Reimer in to get it. Gets it back to the point. Reimer. Hansen to Mendoza. Mendoza tries a sharp angle shot. That's off the post. Reimer back at the blue line. Can't reach it. Townsend up to center. Aiden Townsend. Chips it in. Goes off for the change. Noah Reimer now. Up for Hansen. Wannick gets it at center. Long shot in on Cockwell, who deflects that away. To the boards for Gerardo. Hansen will collect it. Up to center. Meserly misses that pass. And Adair will move it up for Giovinazzo. Wannick spins at center, shoots it back down behind the net, and Reimer will go collect it. Reimer, pressured by Giovinazzo, comes up with the puck to McCullough. McCullough up for Nolan. Nolan chips it behind the net. And Adair back for it. Shot to the net. Stopped by Townsend. 16:25 remaining in the first period. McCullough wins the face-off. Adair intercepts that pass. Nolan now on the side. Tries a long shot that goes to the crease. Gerardo to center, poked away from her by Norton. Twa now tries to get it in. That's blocked by Kristalowic. Norton up to the red line. Norton in on right. Tries to go across. That gets cut off by Adair. Max Dunham now in. Dunham, long shot, gloved and held by Benjamin Townsend. Face off to the left of the Wolves net. Gerardo down in the corner, tries to get up the blue line. Dunham puts it back in. That goes to the corner for Thompson. Norton back out to center. Thompson fighting for it. Deflects off the skate of Bradley Wang and over to Weston Norton. Norton shoots it in. Mendoza around. Back to the blue line for Hansen. Hansen, long shot deflected wide. Meserly on the doorstep. Comes around the net. Meserly tries to center. Out of the reach. Reimer, long shot. Hits a teammate in front. And that deflects wide. Sent back in by Brown. Reimer. Hansen, rather, keeps it in. Reimer holds at the blue line and sends it back down. Watton back to it, up for Bradley Wang. Wang chips it back down behind Brown. No icing. Brown gets stripped of the puck by Giovinazzo. Long shot, blockered away by Cockwell. Giovinazzo in the corner. Helped out by Wannick. And gotten out by Brown. Watton keeps it in momentarily. Out to center for McCutcheon. Shot back in by Knox Gerardo. And back to get it is Reimer. Up for Hansen. Tips it. Shot from the point. Blocked by Reimer in front. Another clearing attempt. Wanek puts it off the top of the net. Deflects against the glass. McCullough now. Gathers it. McCullough up the right. Goes by Partridge. And it will be picked up behind the net by McCutcheon. Back to the blue line, Lindstedt. Long shot. Blocked in front by McCutcheon. McCutcheon up for Giovinazzo. Giovinazzo. Puck off his stick by Kristalowic. Norton now banks it by. And going after it will be McCutcheon. McCutcheon up for Partridge. Partridge gets it out. And McCutcheon back for it in the corner. McCutcheon tries a clearing. That gets blocked by Kristalowic. Twa now up with it. Twa for Gerardo. Gerardo into the corner. Scooped up by Norton behind the net. Norton around. Pass off the skate of Dunham. And Twa will bring it back in with a long shot that is grabbed and held by Benjamin Townsend. 12-11 remaining in the first period. The score is still 0-0 between the Hawks and the Wolves in the first semifinal of the day. Face off in the Hawks' end. King gets it back to the line. Nichols down for in the corner. That is brought back out. Mendoza in. Mendoza to the front. Tries to jam it short side. Blocked by Townsend. Sent behind the net. Brown at the point. Puts it into the corner. Adair is there. Adair. Interference by Norton on the side. Gets it to Meserly. Meserly shot. Goes wide. Mendoza back in the corner. Rooms it around. Hansen will collect it. Send back to Reimer at the point. Reimer back down to Hansen. And that is taken by King and cleared out to the Hawks' end. Icing called against the Wolves. Face-off won by the Wolves. Wanek tries to bank it up the boards. Grabbed by Knox Gerardo. He sends it down. Picked up by Norton. Wyatt Norton out to center. Tipped off the stick of Nolan into the zone. McCullough. Stripped of it by Giovinazzo. Giovinazzo sends it into the corner. And it will be a penalty against the Hawks for holding at 10:52 in the first. Face off in the Hawks zone. Long shot bounces off the chest of Cockwell. Norton gets it to the side, held in at the point. Watton, long shot. That is grabbed by Norton and sent down the length of the ice. Partridge back for it. Partridge up for Wanek. Center line pass to Giovinazzo on the corner. Giovinazzo in after it against Norton. Giovinazzo grabs it. Brings it to center. Wanek there. Wanek long shot. Tipped in front. That goes wide, and it is sent out by the Hawks. Watton in his own zone. Taken off his stick by Mendoza. Mendoza loses it. And that's back out to center. Norton shoots it right back down. And back to get it is Aiden Partridge. Partridge tries a clearing attempt that bounces off the skate of Mendoza. And it will be kept in. Sent into the corner by Nolan. Mendoza running interference behind the net. Finally gets up to Partridge. Can't clear. And it's taken away by Gerardo. Lena Gerardo up the left side. Gerardo. Fluttering shot to the net. Grabbed in front and cleared. McCutcheon sends it in. That goes to the corner. Dunham there. And Dunham sends it back down the ice. 15 seconds remaining in the penalty to the Hawks. McCutcheon back behind the net. Gets it over to Bradley Wang. Wang gets that knocked off his stick by Weston Norton. Norton now turns, fires. And Scotland Adair back to it. Adair around the net. Puts it off the stick of Dunham. Wang gets it at center. Tried to send it over to Townsend. That passes by him. Townsend now on the wing. Townsend pressured by Reimer into the corner. Townsend tries to center, taken away by Dunham. And it goes up to Thompson on the right. Long shot by Wanek, goes wide. And Wang with it. Wanek in the center. That goes wide. Thompson tries to clear up to the blue line. Adair holds. Adair down for Wanek. Brown gets to it on the corner. Adair holds again. And Wang now gets it to the center for Townsend. Townsend turns and shoots. That goes wide. Wang blocks the pass out. And after sustained pressure by the Wolves, the Hawks get it out to center. Adair back in. Adair coming in wide. Leaves it back for Townsend. Townsend back to Adair. Pressured there. Adair. Mendoza gets it to the line. Sent back in by McCutcheon. Hansen pokes it out. And back forward is Oscar King. King shoots it back down. No icing on the play. Brown behind the net. Up to Hansen. Hansen gets it to center. Mendoza weaving in. Mendoza on the right. Long shot. That goes wide through the blue paint. And Wanek to it. Wanek up through center. Wanek over the line. Mendoza pressures him for that puck, and it's picked up and sent out off the boards by Norton. Giovinazzo trips at center. Kristalowic pokes it down into the Wolves' end. Back to center now. And Wanek will go up with it. Stolen by Lindstedt at the line. Lindstedt around Giovinazzo at center. Lindstedt weaving through. Looking for a shooting lane. Goes around the net. Lindstedt still with it. Circling around. Shot to the net. That's tipped down. Tipped by Nolan down off the post. And it goes behind the net for Gerardo. Trigger to it. Pressured by Nolan. Trigger gets it up to Giovinazzo. Stretch pass across to Wanek. Wanek. Long shot in on Cockwell, who will hold and leave for Wyatt Norton. 5:40 left to go in this first period. Puck out to center. Put back in by Ponto. Ponto again. Puck deflects up into the Hawks bench. Face-off comes in front of the Wolves bench. Meserly to it in the corner against Gerardo. Gerardo gets it back to the line for Ponto. Stands on that pass across, and Reimer tips it down into the Wolves' end. Back to get it is Ponto. Chipped up his stick by Dunham. Dunham in the corner. Ponto up for Trois. Isaac Trois over. Gets it to Lena Gerardo. Gerardo waits. Tries to get the pass across. That's blocked by the stick of Aaron Brown. Ashton Brown, rather. And back with it in his own zone is Reimer. Reimer pivots. Pass up for Norton. Norton up to the center. Cut off his stick by Wanik. Ponto up to the line, held in by Brown. Partridge over for Trois. Trois gets it out to center. Up for King. Bradley Wang in with it now. Long shot. That goes wide to the right of the net. King can't get it past Lindstedt. Aiden Townsend now in. Long shot held for the whistle by Jackson Cockwell. Townsend off the face-off. Shot to the net. Cockwell guides that away with the stick. Back in on Cockwell. And goal! Aiden Townsend puts it under the pad of Cockwell. 1-0 for the Wolves with 3:51 left in the period. After scuffle in front, Aiden Townsend gets the stick on it and sends it past the far post. Jam play at the side, gets it by. Face off out to center. McCullough, back for Lindstedt. Lindstedt. Kristalowic misses that pass at center. And McCullough will guide it in. Adair. Up for Wang. That's intercepted by McCullough. Kristalowic tries to get it to the net. Adair now. Up. That pass. Backhand attempt. Doesn't get to the net by Nolan. Bradley Wang now. Up for it. Wang. Cross-side speed for Townsend. Again. Townsend. Pushed off it by Lindstedt. Lindstedt will go around. Wang. Gets it to King. King. Tries to pass. Norton finds that in his skates. Nolan. Up to the line. Cutchton pushed down there. And it's back into the Wolves zone. Nichols against Kristalowic. Kristalowic gets it. Goes behind the net. Giovinazzo. Up the boards. Up to Gerardo. Gerardo through center. Knocks Gerardo. Trois picks it up in the neutral zone. Over to Gerardo. Tries the shot. Deflected off the stick of Norton. Falls in front. Giovinazzo now. Looking for room. Giovinazzo. Shot to the net. Blocked in front by Reimer. And that is covered by Cockwell at the side with 2:23 remaining. Face off to the left of the Hawks net. Giovinazzo to the blue line. Cutchton sends it back in deep. Gerardo loses the race to Reimer for the puck. Reimer rims it around the boards. Up for Mendoza. Mendoza gets it by down to center. Dunham now on the side. Dunham. Pressured by McCutcheon in the corner. Dunham back to Brown. Brown tries the shot. Deflects in front. Norton gets it. Pad stuck out by Townsend for the save. Alert save by Townsend on that chance by Weston Norton. McCullough in for the draw against Humphreys. Jonah Humphreys tries to get that by. McCullough gets it back. Kept in at the line by Brown. Humphreys chip it out past Gerardo. Nolan puts it back in. Bronwyn Trigger back to get it. Trigger. Behind the net. Hansen. Humphreys gets it to the boards. Reimer keeps it in. Hansen down to the corner. Retrieved by Ponto. Ponto in the quarter with Nolan. Nolan spins. Goes around. Pressure by Humphreys. Up to the blue line. Brown tries a shot. That deflects off of Lena Gerardo. Back in comes the Hawks. That shot blocked by Ponto. McCullough gets it to Reimer at the point. That shot goes wide. Trigger now. Up for it. Sends it past center. No icing on the play. And Reimer back to get it. 39 seconds left on the clock in the first period. Noah Reimer. Up for Dunham. To the side for Justice Thompson. Thompson puts it down into the zone. Picked up by Partridge. Aiden Partridge. Tries to go up for Townsend. Goes past him. Noah Lindstedt. Goes back for Norton. Norton along the boards. Tussle for it in center. Norton jams it through. Bradley Wang now. Gets it back. With 3 seconds left in the opening period, Lindstedt behind his net as the clock ticks down on the first. The Trails West Wolves lead the Vulcan Hawks 1-0 after 1 in the first semifinal of the U13D tournament. Second period between the Trails West Wolves and the Vulcan Hawks. After one, the Wolves are up 1-0. Norton up to center, over to Dunham. Dunham gets it poked away by McCutcheon. McCutcheon up center, taken away from him. Weston Norton back behind the net, tries to center. Thompson, shot deflected off a skate in front, and back out for Norton. Norton around the boards. Adair up for Giovinazzo. Giovinazzo, slap pass over to Watton on the right. That gets by him, and Reimer's back behind his own net. Reimer up for Meserly. Meserly in a fight with Gerardo. Gerardo gets away from Meserly, passes back to Trigger. Trigger up the left side. Grabbed by Mendoza for the Hawks. Mendoza fans on that shot. Gerardo out with it. Gerardo along with Twa out to center. Gerardo tries to go wide. Knocked off the puck by Reimer. Reimer behind the net. Gerardo pressures him. Reimer up to center. Taken by Hansen. Hansen dumps it back down. Gets in for the change. And Trigger will go back for it. Bronwyn Trigger up to the line. Taken by Twa. Twa in. Back pass for Humphreys. Humphreys to the net. That's knocked away by Cockwell. Norton up the boards. Kept in at the line by Reese Watton. Humphreys tries to get it through. Deflected to the corner. And Norton will get it up for Spencer Wyatt. Watton tries to backhand that into the Hawk zone. That's off the shin pad of Wyatt and down into the Wolves zone. Bradley Wang now at the wall. Wang up for Townsend. Aiden Townsend tries to drag it through the defenseman. Gets knocked off his stick. Weston Norton out for it. And offside at the line are the Hawks. 17-24 remaining in the second period. Face-off, Dunham against Oscar King. King wins that back to Townsend. Taken away by Norton at center. Weston Norton shoots it back in. Reese Watton will go for it at the corner. Up the boards, intercepted by Dunham. That's taken out to the blue line. It's kept in by Lindstedt and down to the corner for Dunham. Dunham, wide shot across the crease. Townsend gets it out to center for King, and that's sent back down by Wyatt Norton. Norton, pressured by Wang. King keeps it in, passes into the skate of Wang, down in the corner. Norton, up the boards to Kristalowic. Kristalowic, up pass for Mendoza. Mendoza pressured by Partridge. Mendoza over for Hansen, can't get the stick on that. And it's kept in by the Hawks. Mendoza, point blank shot, scores! Leonardo Mendoza makes it 1-1 at 16-16 in the second. Puck just squirted out in front. Mendoza was open. Gets it past the pad of Benjamin Townsend. Taken now by Giovinazzo off the face-off. Long shot in on Cockwell, who guides that to the corner. Reimer tries to get it out. Intercepted by Knox Gerardo. Gerardo, short angle shot. Stopped and held by Jackson Cockwell. Face off controlled by the Hawks. Reimer sends it up the boards to Norton. Norton, pressured by Gerardo, chips it back down. Hand pass down. Whistled. As Gerardo knocked it down with his hand to Harrison Wannick. 15:49 to go in the second period. Up the side, taken away by Dunham. Max Dunham. Up on left wing, tries to go through, in for Norton. Norton guides it in, and that is blocked by Townsend. McCutcheon. And that is down in on Townsend for the whistle. Face-off will be to the right of the Wolves net. Mendoza loses face-off to Jonah Humphreys. Quick shot, and it's great glove save by Townsend off a one-timer by Mendoza. Face-off back to the right. Face-off not done properly. Kristalowic in for Mendoza against Humphreys. Kristalowic back for Hansen. One-timer from the point gets through. Deflected. Good save by Townsend. Deflects it to the corner. Twa now up for Gerardo. And Kristalowic will try to get back in. Humphreys bats it back to center. Norton up the boards into Wolves zone. Adair back for it. Adair up for Humphreys. Intercepted by Norton at center. Shot back down. Adair. Spencer Wyatt gets that at center. Knocked back down by Ponto. Lindstedt in around the defenseman. Lindstedt shoots over the net. Norton back for it. Adair behind the net. Pressured by McCullough. McCullough knocks that away. McCullough to the front. No one there. Wyatt in. McCullough gets it to the center. Goes in through the blue paint to the point. Norton keeps it in. Humphreys on the wall. Gets it up to Bradley Wang. And that is once again cleared in by Norton. Adair. Up for Twa. Isaac Twa tries to center. Blocked by Lindstedt. And Nichols will flip it into the Hawks bench. 13-18 remaining in the second period. Face off in the Wolves' end. Dunham gets it through to Meserly at the side. Can't get that shot on net. Bradley Wang up to center with it. Wang chips it off the boards, and that is put back out by Brown. Wannick gets it in deep. Reimer back for it. And that's brought out to center by Dunham. Max Dunham. That's off his stick by Reese Watton. Watton down to the corner. And back for it is Reimer pressured by Townsend and sends it all the way down. Meserly gets there first. Meserly in, shoots, and glove save by Benjamin Townsend on a breakaway by Farron Meserly. 12:30 left to go in the second period. Mendoza for the face-off against Troyes. Mendoza back to the line for Norton. Backhand shot towards the net. Knocks off the shin pad of Watton. Hansen tries to get up the boards, taken away by Harrison Wanick. Back into Hawks zone, up for Thompson, who tips that into the Wolves' end. Watton tries to go off the boards. Back to Norton at center. Knocks Gerardo out to the center. Weaves through, sends it into the far corner. Chased by Giovinazzo. And it is sent back up. And Mendoza will get there to negate the icing. Trigger in the corner. Up for Giovinazzo. Can't get that past center as Norton shoots it back down. Watson up for Trigger. Trigger gets it up for Gerardo. Nolan pressured by Gerardo from behind. Gerardo gets it back around. And Norton to center. Sent back down by Reese Watton. And Norton will collect it behind his own net. Wyatt Norton. Up through center. Norton. Comes through. Norton in. Shoot. Scores. Wyatt Norton cuts through the defense. Sends it blocker side on Benjamin Townsend. And the Hawks have a 2-1 lead with 10:51 remaining in the second. Dunham up against Humphreys for the draw. Humphreys gets it to Partridge in the corner, sent back down. In for it is Max Dunham. Dunham around, tries to center. Meserly there. Humphreys knocks it back to the corner. Dunham now up on the boards. Poked away from him by Gerardo. Gets rimmed around to Weston Norton. Weston Norton tries the backhand pass. Meserly in front. Chips it. Gets off the pad of Townsend. Up and out of play. Face-off will be to the right of the Wolves' goal. Dunham in to take it against Oscar King. King wins it up to Bradley Wang. Wang with speed down the left wing. Bradley Wang, long shot. That goes wide of the net. Aiden Townsend, long shot, deflected in! Aiden Townsend, tipped by Bradley Wang in front, down through the 5-hole of Jackson Cockwell. It is now 2-2 with 10:06 remaining in the second. Face off at center, won by Mendoza, back to the blue line. Hansen gets it through. Hansen up on the left. Defender loses the stick, goes for Thompson over at right wing. That's deflected by Bradley Wang. Norton keeps it in at the line. And Nichols to the corner. Gets it away from Hansen. Wang out to center. It gets past Lindstedt. Race for it with Townsend to the corner. Townsend in. Puck gets up to Mendoza. Hansen guides it out. And Adair will go back for it. Scotland Adair. Around. That puck gets deflected off Mendoza's skate into the zone. Mendoza brings it to the front, tries to jam it in under the pads of Townsend, who holds for the whistle. Face off to the right of the Wolves' net. There behind the net, gets it taken by McCullough. McCullough around, up to the point for Lindstedt, long shot, that's a flex off a skate and wide. McCullough, back down to the corner, Bronwyn Trigger. McCullough back with it, blocked in front by Knox Gerardo, who sends it up to Harrison Wanek. Wanek tries to get it up to Giovinazzo. Norton beats him to that. Norton tries to get up to wide at the blue line. Adair keeps it in, and that's sent wide. Giovinazzo over on the corner. Lindstedt circles back around the net. Lindstedt, long pass up, gets past everyone. Max Dunham now. Partial breakaway. Dunham in. Shoot, scores. Max Dunham with the breakaway goal. Shoots it over the net of Benjamin Townsend. The Hawks lead 3-2 now with 8:18 remaining. Dunham manages to sneak behind the defense here. Back check by Bronwyn Trigger, but still gets it up over the glove of Benjamin Townsend. Dunham for the face-off against Humphreys at center. Dunham wins that back. Gerardo through, chips the puck to the corner. Reimer up for Weston Norton. That pass misses, and it's kept in by Reese Watton at the point. Humphreys in to get it at the side, taken away again by Dunham. 3-on-1 now for the Hawks. Dunham pass, Dunham in again. Dunham in, shoots off the pad of Townsend. Sent back in front, no one there. Isaac Twa gets to the puck. Twa to the blue line, held in by Mendoza. Gets to Kristalowic. Kristalowic tries a shot that goes wide. Mendoza on it. Mendoza turns, shoots back behind the down on the boards. Twa takes it. Twa tries a shot, knocked off the stick by Mendoza. Reimer. Up through. Hansen's there. Meserly. Over to it. Gets shot back in by Ponto. Long shot off the stick of Cockwell into the corner. 6:38 remaining in the period. Bradley Wang in the corner. Gets that for Wanek. Long shot by Wanek. Tipped away by Cockwell. Townsend in it against Hansen in the corner. That shot back up the ice. McCutcheon gets it back down into the zone. Townsend there. Back check by Reimer. Knocks Townsend to the ice. Now McCutcheon with it. Tries a backhand shot. That's blocked by McCullough. And set back out to center. Picked up by Carter Ponto. Sent back in. McCullough on the boards. Trying to get it out. Can't get it by Townsend. Townsend now pressuring Reimer in the corner. Reimer gets it up for Wyatt. Over to Nolan. Charles Nolan. In through center, Nolan, pressured by Wang, shot, grabbed and covered by Townsend, off a chance by Charles Nolan. Face-off will be to the left of the Wolves' goal. Dunham wins it back. Giovinazzo comes up to grab it into Harrison Wannick. Wannick back checked by Norton. Brings Wannick down to the ice. And puck is back to center with Max Dunham. Dunham rims it behind the net over to Weston Norton in the corner. Back to Dunham. Dunham gets it in front for Norton. That is covered up by Townsend in the crease. Follow-up chance. Loose. Knocked away again by Townsend. Townsend lost his stick. Townsend without a stick. Norton over to Thompson. Thompson can't get the handle on it. And Giovinazzo gets it back to the point. Norton, long shot tipped in by Weston Norton. Townsend with his stick. Thompson! What a save by Ben Townsend coming across to rob Justice Thompson with the glove. 4:27 remaining. As Norton comes around the net. Over to Thompson. Clear net shot and gloved by Ben Townsend. Face off to the left. Mendoza back for Kristalowic. Kristalowic through the defenders. Gets a shot. And that is stopped by Townsend and covered. Mendoza gets the puck to Kristalowic off the draw. Kristalowic back behind the net. Partridge sends it up the boards. That's kept in at the line. Long shot tip by Kristalowic in front. That goes wide. Kristalowic intercepted by Humphreys. Humphreys up the boards now. Jonah Humphreys in on Lindstedt. Kristalowic knocks it away. Kept in by Twa. Twa tries a shot. Knocked off stick by Mendoza. Mendoza now 3-on-1 for the Hawks. Mendoza coming with Kristalowic. Forced to the side by Scotland Adair. Great defensive play. Twa behind the net. Gerardo pushes it to the boards and is after it. Gerardo up the left side. Tries to go through the legs of Brown, who knocks it away. Mendoza up to the corner. Back to get it is Scotland Adair behind the net, pressured by Kristalowic. Kristalowic and Adair in a board battle. Digging at it is McCullough. Eventually gets out to Aiden Partridge. Partridge moves in his own zone. Up through center. Is brought down by Farron Meserly. No penalty on the play. Twa up to center. Twa over the line. Tries to leave it for Wang. That shot is deflected. Lindstedt knocks it up. And it's back to Partridge. Nolan now. Nolan one-on-one with Adair. Adair takes it away cleanly. Back up to Wyatt Norton. Bradley Wang in. That's offside. They have to tag up. McCullough grabs it. Stolen at the line. And in comes Aiden Townsend. Townsend long shot. Deflected. And stopped by Jackson Cockwell. 2:24 remaining in the second period. The Hawks lead the Wolves 3-2. Dunham to take the draw against King. King knocks it behind the net, picked up by Wyatt Norton. Grabbed at the line by Dunham. That rolls off his stick and is poked to the side by Oscar King. Weston Norton in for it. to Dunham. Tries to get to the front for Spencer Wyatt, covered by Reese Watton. Long shot from the line. Lindstedt, that goes wide of the net. Wyatt back to collect it along the boards. Norton. Can't get it by. Now Townsend. Wheels. Bradley Wang. Up to center. Long shot taken by King. That goes wide of the net. Townsend in it to the corner. Norton blocks, and that gets by McCutcheon at the line. Sent all the way down. King will collect. Up the boards. Off the bench comes Giovinazzo. Giovinazzo in on Norton. Chips it down to behind the net. Townsend back there. Gets it back up the line. Watton at the blue line. Battle for it. Giovinazzo gets it taken away by Mendoza. Stopped at center by Ponto. Watton now. Wanek rather. Wanek with a shot. That goes wide. And taken away by Mendoza. Leonardo Mendoza in. Mendoza stopped by the glove of Benjamin Townsend. 44 seconds left in the period. Townsend's third breakaway save of the game now. Nolan into the corner for Norton. And that's out to center. Wanek picks it up. Wanek in with Giovinazzo. Wanek long shot deflects off the shoulder of Cockwell. Another shot. Cockwell save again. Back to the front. Turning and shooting is Gerardo. That goes wide. Reimer back for it in the corner. Reimer up the left side. And that is poked back out by Ponto. Sent back down into the Hawks' end. Brown will go back for it. And that is kept in at the line by Trigger. Taken out now by Dunham as the buzzer goes for the end of the second period. The Hawks, with 3 goals in that period, lead the Wolves 3-2 after 2. That's the third period between the Vulcan Hawks and the Trails West Wolves. The Hawks currently lead the Wolves 3-2 coming into the third as Lindstedt gets it down into the Wolves zone. Trigger passes it up the ice. Norton past the stick of Trois. Now Partridge gets it along the boards. Partridge up through center. Trois stick lifted by Mendoza. Mendoza on the left side. Chips it in up in the air. Trigger now up to Trois at center. Trois winding in. Tries a cross ice pass. That gets intercepted by Weston Norton. Norton up the left. In. Shoots. Pad saved by Townsend. Trois now. Gets it back up, held in at the line by Norton. Long shot. Blocked by Wang. And now Dunham will try another shot. That's also deflected into the corner. Weston Norton. Down. Nichols behind the net. Front for Norton, and that's under Townsend. Another point blank save by Townsend on Weston Norton in front. Face off to the right of the Wolves net. Brown, long shot in, score! Ashton Brown, long shot from the point, gets under Townsend. 4-2 for the Hawks. Long shot from point through a screen. Face off at center. King up against McCullough. Reimer gets it from McCullough. Sends it up. Chip back down. Wang with it at center. Tries a shot. That's blocked by Brown. Wang behind the net. Tries to center for Townsend. Was tied up. Wyatt down to the boards. That's pushed back in by King. McCullough. Up through center. McCullough still with it. Dumps it in. Picked up by Nichols. And over to the side for Townsend. Aiden Townsend gets it into the Hawks zone. And it's pushed right back out by Brown. And that deflects up into the bench. With 17:37 remaining in the third period. Gerardo back to the line. Adair couldn't keep it in. We'll just have to tag up. Norton sends it down for Hansen. Hansen shot into the far corner. Up to pick it up is Kristalowick. Tries to dump it behind. Intercepted by Gerardo. Wanik through center. Back to the point for Watton. Watton, long shot. That is got by the blocker of Cockwell. Knocked down and covers. Face off in the Hawks' end. Meserly can't get it through. Blocked by Lindstedt in front. After it is Wanik. Wanik pressuring in the corner. Norton. Up to Weston Norton. Pushes through center. Gets it down for icing against the Hawks. Face off in the Hawks zone. Won by Humphreys. Trois tries a quick shot. That goes off the skate of Gerardo in front. in on Cockwell, who will cover. Wyatt can't get the puck out of the zone. Humphreys tries a long shot. Kicked to the side by Hawkwill. Wyatt. Behind the back pass to Nolan in center. Nolan trips. Trigger. Throws it in. Along the boards now. Twa up with it. Twa tries to get it to the net. Tied up by McCullough. Humphreys a long shot. Batted in. Score! Lena Gerardo bats it in from a feed from Isaac Twa. And it is 4-3 for the Hawks now with 16:08 left in the third. Great hand-eye coordination by Lena Gerardo to knock that one out of the air. Twa. Tied up by Mendoza. Kristalowick. Now up the right side. Poked away. Twa gets it back out. And that goes by Norton. No icing. Norton. Up through. Tied up by Townsend. Penalty coming up on Townsend. Hansen puts it to the net, covered up by Ben Townsend. Aiden Townsend going to the box for 2 minutes with 15:36 left on the clock. He's going in for tripping. Dunham in for the draw against King. Dunham wins it back to the line. Norton, heavy shot, goes off the back of Dunham's leg. McCutcheon in the corner. Tries to get it up the boards. Dunham grabs it. Dunham behind the net into the corner. Wanick after it. Partridge after it. Gets it out to the line. Dumped in by Lindstedt. Hawks have to tag up. And it will be sent down to center. Back in comes Dunham. Dunham, long shot. That goes wide. Goes along the boards. Lindstedt, another heavy shot. That goes wide. Norton into the corner. Weston Norton now. Pushed in the corner by McCutcheon. Bradley Wang comes up with it. Wang sends it down. Glove down by Norton. Still goes the length of the ice. Wyatt Norton. Up through center. Norton coming through the middle. Knocked off the stick by Giovinazzo. Wyatt comes in to help McCullough. Long shot that is gloved and held by Townsend. 47 seconds left on the penalty to the Wolves. Wanick in against Mendoza for the draw. Wanick back to the line, can't get it out. Noah Reimer tries a long shot that is deflected into the corner. McCullough to the front. Shot blocked by Giovinazzo. Another shot by Ashton Brown. And pad save by Townsend. Another save off McCullough. What a save by Townsend to keep the score 4-3. 24 seconds left on the penalty. Benjamin Townsend coming up with some big saves. Back for Brown. Tip in. Another save by Townsend. Face off to the left of the net. Adair back in for it. 12 seconds left on the penalty. Attempt to clear. Kept in by Brown. Knocks Gerardo. Sends it down. Picked up by Noah Reimer. Reimer in on right wing. Reimer around the net. Tries to center. Knocked away by Gerardo. Reimer again with it. Another shot. That goes wide. Off the stick of Trigger. Adair behind the net. Up for Trois. Isaac Trois. Back behind the net. Adair. Up for Trois on the boards. Back for Adair. Stolen by McCullough. Pad save by Townsend. And another save off of Hansen. Face off to the left of the Wolves net. Pushed out by Gerardo, kept in by Norton. Norton at center. Puts it back in. Ponto to the corner against McCullough. Ponto gets it up to Trois. Trois, center ice pass to Gerardo. Norton after that into his own zone. Norton back down. Ponto misses that. Mendoza can't get it up. And now we have a whistle for offside. .12:11 remaining in the third period. Score is 4-3 for the Vulcan Hawks. Dunham at center. Can't get the puck out. Wang now in right. Tries a shot. That's blocked by Noah Reimer down on the ice. Reimer down. Kept at the line. Saved by Cockwell. Goes behind the net. Reimer now. Whistle blown for Noah Reimer. Having a hard time getting up. Getting back to the bench under his own power. Face off to the right of the Hawks net. King in for the draw, gets it right to the net, covered up once more by Cockwell. Face off won by the Wolves. Covered again by Cockwell at the side. Back behind the net for Norton. Norton cuts through. Norton through center. Norton in. Norton shoots. Saved by Townsend. Nolan in the corner with it. Fighting against Reese Watton. Another shot blocked by Townsend. And we have a whistle. Face off in the Wolves zone. Gerardo in to take it against Dunham. Dunham wins it back to Norton, who sends it back down behind the net. Wannick with it. Off the boards. Lindstedt couldn't hold the line. Sends it back down. Picked up by Nichols. Norton. Hooks it up to Wyatt. That's blocked by Trigger in the zone. Gerardo. Up to center for Giovinazzo. Bat deflects off his stick, and Wyatt now. Comes back to Norton. Up for Trigger. Intercepted at center by Wyatt and sent back down into the Wolves' end. Nichols spans on that clearing attempt. Goes back to Trigger. She will regroup behind the net. Up off the stick of Gerardo. Nichols can't get it out. Wyatt, long shot. That goes wide of the net. Kristalowic to it in the corner. Tries a strong pickle shot. Fans on it. And it is covered up by Townsend. Face off in the Wolves zone. Dunham in to take it against Jonah Humphreys. Humphreys wins that back. Nolan in the corner. Puts it behind for Dunham. Nolan in. Tries to get it across. Ends up taking down Twa. McCullough in the corner. Cross crease pass. Dunham out to center. And that will go for icing against the Wolves. Mendoza in for the face-off against Humphreys. Mendoza sends it wide of the net. Behind is Norton. Mendoza. Cross saved by Townsend. Comes McCutcheon now. Out to center. Back checked by Norton. Norton gets it. Shoots it back in. Adair. Adair. Shoots center. Gerardo, pressure on Norton. Norton gets it over to Hansen. Up for Mendoza. Long shot goes wide of the net. Gerardo back to get it on the boards. Lindstedt tips it in. Adair out to center. That's picked up by Norton. Twa up for Gerardo. Meserly in, grabs that. Knocked off her stick back into center. Nolan. Checked by Gerardo. Puck comes to Twa. Can't keep a hold on it. Meserly tries a forward pass in the skates of Dunham. Lindstedt along the boards. Long shot. That goes wide. Bradley Wang to pick it up. Wang shoots it all the way down the ice, and that will be icing against the Wolves with 8:02 remaining. Face off in to the left of Townsend, won by the Hawks. Dumped behind the net by Mendoza. Picking up will be Aiden Partridge. Norton trying to get it past King. Norton behind the net, tries a centering pass, deflects off a skate. Back to the blue line. Shot by Brown in. That falls by some skates. Reimer, long shot, tipped down by Norton, bounces up into the crest of Townsend. Dunham, the draw against King. Shot on Townsend and scores. Hawks are up 5-3 on a goal by Jace Krystalowic, rather, at 7:18 in the third. Puts the Hawks up 5-3 over the Wolves. Giovinazzo in on Norton. That gets poked away. Face off in front of the Hawks bench. Wanek in, up to Twa. Twa, long shot, goes wide of the net. Back to get it is Knox Gerardo, up for Norton. Weston Norton on the side. Norton in on Nichols. Nichols pursues to the corner. Dump back for Mendoza. Lindstedt. Long shot blocked by Gerardo in front. Mendoza tries the shot. That gets deflected. Norton now. Hard shot saved by Townsend. And that's all the way back down for icing against the Wolves. Humphreys. Back. McCutcheon gets up the line, gets past Brown. Brown puts it back in. That's offside against the Hawks. Face off in front of the Wolves bench. One by Brown. That gets deflected into the Hawks bench. Caught by the equipment trainer. Humphreys in for the face-off against Dunham. Dunham wins it back to Brown. Brown on the boards. Gets it forward. Hansen has a clear break. Hansen in on net. Shoots. Off the post and rebound scored. Max Dunham. Off the rebound by Hansen. Carter Hansen. And it is 6-3 for the Vulcan Hawks with 5:54 remaining. Shot by Hansen. Goes off the bottom of the crossbar. Out to Dunham. Norton fighting for it with McCutcheon in the corner. Humphreys in on Mendoza. Mendoza around the net. Circles around. Taken away by Humphreys. Twa up with it. Twa tries to get it to Gerardo in the middle. It's blocked away by Norton. Mendoza keeps it in. Mendoza shoots, scores! Leonardo Mendoza puts it in, and the Hawks are up 7-3 with 5:24 remaining. King in for the draw against Dunham. Dunham wins it back to McCullough. McCullough on the left. Sends it in behind the net. Adair back for it. And it will be taken by Meserly at the corner. Tries a centering pass. Doesn't get to anyone. Townsend picks it up. Puts to the middle for Wang. Chipped back down into the zone by Norton. McCullough. And another goal for the Hawks. Meserly, looks like. Farron Meserly. Shot from the point gets deflected. And the Hawks are up 8-3. Kristalowic in behind the net. Sends it in for Mendoza. Kristalowic on the boards. Gets it down. Bradley Wang can't get that. And his skates. Kristalowic back up with it. Kristalowic on the left side. Partridge in for it on the boards. Kristalowic gets that. Tries to center. Can't. And Ponta will flip it behind the net. 3:46 remaining in the third period. Back behind the net is Partridge, getting it away from Kristalowic. Partridge up through center. And Townsend will take it up to Wang. Drags the skate to stay onside. And kept in by Reese Watton. Shot onto Cockwell. He deflects that away. And Reimer will send a stretch pass, blocked by Knox Gerardo. Partridge knocked down on the wall. Reimer now spins, gets it up to McCullough. McCullough over to Hansen. Hansen. Puck knocked his stick by Giovinazzo. Giovinazzo up to center. Pile up in the center there. Gerardo gets it free to Wanek. Wanek in now. Wanek knocked away from his stick by Noah Lindstedt. Gerardo rather with a shot try. That gets deflected. That's sent to the net. Cockwell deflects that away. Norton will pass it up the boards for Hansen. Dunham off to the races. One-on-one with Watton. Dunham, long shot. That goes behind the net. Wanek up through center. Tries to get through defense. Lindstedt pushes him off the puck. Meserly now on left wing. Mendoza up to Wyatt. Wyatt. That gets deflected away by Townsend as it rolls onto net. 1:40 remaining in the third period. Meserly down to it in the corner. Behind the net. Tries to center. Mendoza there. Can't get the stick on it. And McCutcheon will send it the length of the ice. That's past the stick of Lindstedt for icing. Humphreys in for the draw against Mendoza. Humphreys wins it over to Bronwyn Trigger. That gets poked off her stick into the corner. Twa to the blue line. Kristalowic on it. Gets it through. Trigger. Gerardo, rather. Nichols, actually, gets it to center. And Reimer will put it back in. McCutcheon sends a pass over for Twa. Twa knocked off the stick. And Mendoza will send it back through. 45 seconds remaining in the third period. Humphreys can't get the puck back. Goes to Justice Thompson on the boards, and that's back to Brown. Reimer. Tries to go up for Kristaloic. That's blocked at the blue line and taken away by Nichols. Kristaloic gets it into the zone. Nichols comes out with it. 12 seconds left in the period. Nichols up the right side. Around Reimer. Reimer. 5 seconds on the board. Up to Wyatt. Centering past Trois. Goes around, and that brings the buzzer. Vulcan Hawks defeat the Trails West Wolves 8-3 in the semifinal. Vulcan Hawks Heart and Hustle Award. Number 9, Carter Hansen. Player of the game for Vulcan. Player of the game for Vulcan, number 5, Ashton Brown. Heart and Hustle Award for Trails West Wolves, number 9, Emmett Nichols. Player of the game for Trails West Wolves, number 10, Aiden Townsend.